Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3, and out of all the games I've casted, which I think we're on number 93 now, I don't think, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I have ever casted this particular matchup, so I'm excited, and I hope you are too, because in the North map, playing in the color blue as Mexico, we have Yusuf, who is a mid-elo player, around 1700, so certainly no slouch when it comes to the game, getting his early market and his hunting dogs as well. Take notes, Lionheart, you can get market upgrades, and they are useful. So much for being a high-level player, after all. And in the South map, playing in the color red as Inca, we have, I almost forgot, this matchup is so alien to me, I can't even say it out loud, is Kichiro. And he's going with the double conscious start. That's going to be a nice bit of food trickle, about 1.2 food per second, which is about a villager and a half without any upgrades. So it is going to be heavy in the wood department, might slow down his H2 transition, but like I said, is going to be a nice bit of food income. And the nice thing is, you don't have to herd, you don't have to worry about movement, and you don't have to garrison them. They're just always going to be gathering. So Inca versus Mexico. What do we think? Because they're both kind of known as, I don't know, maybe memey, sort of lamey civs, very, very unorthodox, sometimes unpredictable. But whereas Mexico is considered a good civ by most people, Inca is considered a not so good civ by most people. I don't think they're the worst. Like, I certainly don't think they're where Russia or Japan are right now on the tier list, but certainly not great. Compared to the other native civs like Aztec and Lakota and even Haudenosaunee, they all have more tools and better units than Inca, but we'll have to see, right? It all is going to kind of depend on Mexico. I feel like in this game, Mexico controls the momentum, right? If he goes Revolt, if he maybe goes for something H2 based without the Revolt, because it is a big investment, or maybe he goes for something FI or even H3 based, we will have to see. The early Hacienda wagon is coming out from Alhambra de Granaditas, and it is going to be moving forward. Oh, nope, can't decide. And if that moves forward and is put in an aggressive position, we're probably going to be seeing some sort of H2 pressure, maybe not an all-in rush. And does Kichiro have the deck to answer it? Holy crap! Oh my, that's a couple of allies. Oh God, okay, so what are we looking at here? We have 14 2P allies, which he can send twice, 10 Jesuit allies, which he can send twice, 8 Lancers, and then he's got the Chimu support and the Kaya Marca support. I mean, those are pretty standard cards, and so are these ones in H4, but man, that is so many mercs, or native allies, or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, so probably something H3. He does not look like he is set up for a long H2 game. And I mean, yeah, he's gathering in a lot of food. So the macro certainly looks to be an FF. He's not bothering to gather any wood whatsoever. And we'll have to see. He's going up with the wise woman. Okay, interesting. Oh my God, look at how many yaks. Look how many yaks Yusuf has on this forward Hacienda. He's getting 1.3 food per second. So this one Hacienda is better than both of these conch houses put together. Granted, it is way more expensive, but considering that Yusuf got it for free, it is going to be a nice spot to send his shipments, and it's going to be a really nice food boost. So both players using their infrastructure to their fullest advantage. And as the community plaza comes in, and the priestesses, wait, isn't it the priestesses that come out from Kichiro? Yeah, okay, he's got the priestesses. I wonder what dance they're going to be doing right away. Are they going to go to XP? Are they going to go to, well, I mean, probably XP, right? I would assume so. 700 coin coming out right away. And yeah, the macro is absolutely looking like a blind FF. Only put one villager in queue for the transition. And he has now seen the forward barracks and the forward hacienda, which is going to be critical information. So he can probably tell now it's not going to be super revolt heavy. He's probably not going to be dealing with Baja California or anything like that, or even Central America. He's probably just going to be dealing with standard Age 2 Mexican aggression, and it looks like it's going to be Soldados on the menu for Yusuf. Now, I don't really know how to feel about this unit because they are powerful. Like, I won't deny that. Their ranged attack and their grenade attack is really, really good. But they're 170 resources for a musketeer. And they take up 2 population, which in the early game, it's not easy to get up a lot of houses and get that population available. So, I don't know. I mean, they definitely have to be used well. Because if they are used well, they are very, very powerful. I mean, look at that. 300 HP, 25% melee resist, 36 ranged attack, and a 32 siege attack as well. But you definitely can't just dive these guys in like you would normal expeteers. Expeteers? What? What? Am I coming up with new units on the fly? What am I saying? Musketeers. But we'll see what he can do with them. Warriors coming out. That's a nice response from Yusuf. Or, excuse me, Kichiro. And Kichiro already going up to H3 with the messenger. This guy's going to be up in 6 minutes. That is Portuguese level speed, ladies and gentlemen. And his first card coming in immediately. What is it? What is that card? Imperial Unity. What? Oh my god. It makes all of his ally cards way cheaper. And I mean, look at some of these allies, like 500 here, 750 for the Conquistadors, 600 for the Lancers. But I don't know. I mean, these Soldados putting on quite a bit of pressure, gonna take out this this Concha House, and they're so tanky, right? So just relying on TC fire is not gonna be enough. Warriors easily put down by these guys in mass. And he's gonna take that Concha House and he's gonna retreat. I kind of like that decision from Yusuf. You don't want to push in too far here. You never know what's gonna be coming out. I mean, for all he knows, you could be seeing a unit shipment here from Kichiro, though he doesn't really have any normal unit shipments. But oh my god, I can't believe I've never seen that card before, Imperial Unity. And we'll have to see what it, oh my god. It reduces it by up to 50%. Look at this, 10 Conquistadors for 375 coin. 8 Lancers for 300 coin. And then he's got Tupi allies, which I don't think I've ever seen Tupi allies in an actual ranked game, but I hope I do. And let's see what he sends first. Oh yeah, look at that. He's queuing up the Jesuit allies so quickly. And I don't know, are Conquistadors going to be the best versus this many Soldados? He's even got some Insurgentes in here as well. And they're going to put in, you know, some nice siege. The only problem with Insurgentes is they just kind of get one-shotted by TCs. So if you just want them to stand in the front and kind of take fire to conserve your Soldados, I guess. But I don't know. I've just never been impressed by Insurgentes. I mean, I've fallen for a couple of pure Insurgente rushes as Dutch when I wasn't ready for it. But if you know they're coming, they're really easy to counter with Minutemen, and even a handful of ranged units can take these guys out pretty easily. But we'll have to see. With this much Soldado backup, they could be pretty dangerous. Now 10 Conquistadors out on the map, and these guys have been shadow teched. Look at that, 225 HP, 22 ranged attack, 30% range resist. And normally, these guys cost 160 resources. He got over 1,500 resources worth of units for 375 coin. And I will remind you, he has 2 completely safe silver mines in his base. So this is completely viable. Like, he could keep these shipments up as long as he's not pressured too hard. He could keep these shipments up for the foreseeable future. But speaking of pressure, it's coming in. 3 Chinacos have been sent to support this infantry, and the Warha desperately trying to go down. He needs some reinforcements, but if it does go down, it's going to immediately be destroyed by this much siege. But I mean, the Jesuits are going to be putting down some punishing fire. And let's see. Oh, 10 more Jesuits on the way. But look at the villagers going down. He's down to 17 vill population. No, 16 vill population at 9 minutes. And Yusuf is at 30, making more Soldados. But look at these Conquistadors. They do so much damage. They just instantly kill the Insurgentes. And they're even chipping away at these Soldados quite well. And look at this. The 10 Jesuits are going to come out. And I think the Imperial Unity card actually delivers them faster as well. So not only does it make them just disgustingly cheap, it sends them faster than normal mercenaries. And now the Priestess is coming into body block. These guys do have 400 HP, so they are pretty good tanking units. And they might even convert a Soldado. No, they are not going to. But maybe they could heal some of these conquistadors, and look at Yusuf's army just being put in the trash can. That was a healthy, like he had over 20 soldados there with cav and light infantry support, and it just didn't even matter. Kichiro still got 18 conquistadors on the field. He lost 2 in all of that fighting against all of those soldados. 2 conquistadors killed. And I mean, yes, Yusuf did get the war hut. He did kill quite a few villagers, but if you think about the cost there, soldados 180 resources a pop. Oh, that's disgusting. And now what is Kichiro sending? He's sending the Tupi allies, so we're gonna see them on the field for the first time ever on the channel. Tupi allies making their debut. Let's go. Let's see what they do. I cannot wait to see these units. I am racked with anticipation. Oh my God. These are cool looking units. Look at these guys. Oh my God. They've got the feather headdress and the bows. Oh, these guys, and they walk with swagger too. Look at, they're actually kind of janky looking, but I mean, look at them go. Wow. And do they have any special abilities? Elite Blackwoods, long range, accurate, 23 ranged attack on an archer. Wow. That's really good. 20 range is also really good for an archer unit. I think crossbows are like, what, 16 range? So certainly better than your standard crossbow. And he got these guys for what? Like 250 coin? That is just absolutely ridiculous. Man, that Imperial Unity card, dude, that might be something more Inca players need to look into. It looks like these conquistadors are going to go raiding. They might be able to pick off a couple of exposed villagers here, but meanwhile, oh no, the Tupi allies getting engaged, and out come the Chinako reinforcements. And I don't know if Kichiro was expecting Yusuf to remass that quickly, but if he actually gets these Chinakos on the Tupi allies, oh no, guys, come on, run! They're not even running when they're dying. They're like, yeah, whatever. Look at them swagger away. Oh, they got tomahawks too, but it does not look like it's going to be enough. The Chinako's just absolutely deleting them. And normally that would have been a huge loss, right? I mean, that's like, what, 500 coin worth of units lost? But with the Imperial Unity card, yeah, it was bad. But I mean, he only lost 250 coin worth of units. And now the conquistadors are on their way back, and it looks like the Plume Spearman pop coming out, putting them into cover mode. Really nice micro there by Kichiro, and the conquistadors are arriving to reinforce, and these salteadors, they are the counter, but they are age 2, and they're not a great skirm unit. They only have 110 HP, and against veteran conquistadors, they are just going to be deleted. Look at this! They're deleting their counter. Granted, I mean, they are an age ahead in tech, but the salteadors aren't even putting up a fight. Plume Spearman just gonna finish off the job. That's how bored the conquistadors were. They're like, hey guys, you wanna just take care of this? God, he's still got 16 of them. And these guys have been on the map for like, what, the last 6 minutes? Conch House coming down, and I don't think a War Hut's going to be ever coming down for Kichiro. I think he's just gonna stick to the allied units, and honestly, I don't blame him, because Yusuf now having to rebuild another army. And salteadors, they're not cheap either, man. They're 120 resources. So much food, so much coin down the drain, and look at that. All of the starting coin mines for Yusuf have just been devoured, and he's now having to mine very, very far from his TC, very exposed locations. Still has his Chinako mass, but I don't know. Chinakos by themselves against conquistadors, we can all probably imagine how that's gonna go. He is now on water. Let's see what he sent. Oh, he sent the fishing boats. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that move from Yusuf, because if we look at Kichiro's deck, I mean, he does not have an answer. So if this game goes long term, Yusuf is going to pull ahead, because as much as I've been doting on these units, I mean, Kichiro's at 20 vills at the 14-minute mark. He's got 2 concha houses. He has the same number of concha houses that he had at 30 seconds in the game. Oh, man, but I don't even know if it's going to matter. He's now got the 8 Lancers out, and he got these guys for like 300 coin. 8 Lancers. 8 Lancers. Normally cost 200 resources. How about you get 8 for 300 coin? And we're going to give you 2 safe silver mines in your base. Oh, my God. I don't know. Like, is this a standard meta Inca build that I've just been ignoring? Because this feels really strong. I don't know, maybe Mexico hasn't, countered this the right way. He's continuing to make age 2 units, which I feel like might be the big mistake. I mean, yes, Salteadores are going to be the counter, but what are you going to do against 8 Lancers with a handful of Chinacos and Salteadores? And these are veteran Lancers too. Also Shadow Teched. Man, the more games I watch, the more I'm starting to wonder if native builds are kind of becoming like a new meta. Because back in like RE, natives, you didn't see natives. You saw them maybe a handful of times. Maybe you'd be on, I don't know, maybe you'd be on Mongolia and somebody would do something cute and they'd make some Rattan shields. But besides that, you did not see natives, and now they're some of the most powerful builds in the game, and we have more 2Ps, yes! These guys are back, and they are better than ever, and now with actual Cav support, not very good micro there by Yusuf, kind of getting a lot of his Cav killed there, and these Chinacos, yeah, they're not going to do anything, and these Salteadores, what do they even shoot at, right? They can't kill the Conquistadors, they certainly can't kill the Lancers, and the 2Ps just putting down fire in the back. These guys still have it, their animations are so janky. Oh, man. And it's going to be permanent. These guys will forever have janky animations, and I kind of like it that way. But another absolute clean for Kichiro, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. A 53-vil Mexican economy toppled by 23 Incan villagers and 4 shipments. No, 5 shipments, because he sent the Lancers, he sent both Conquistadors, and he sent both 2Ps. But it all came from that Imperial Unity. I mean, imagine how much coin and time was saved by just that one card. Like, I don't know how to calculate the seconds, but I mean, if we look at the 2P allies, that's 500 coins saved right there. Then we look at the Jesuit allies, that's another like 700 coin. Okay, then we look at the Lancers, that's another 300 coin. So from that one card, you got a 1,500 coin discount. And these are powerful units, man. Oh, and if he had been allowed to send like the Chimus and the Jungle Bowmen, oh, that would have been absolutely disgusting. But that is going to be the game. I am excited. I really want to look at these post-game stats. Guys, follow me to the post-game. All right, here we are for a little post-game analysis. And oh my lord, look at the resources. An 11,000 resource difference for Yusuf. He more than doubled his opponent's resources, and he still lost. He had 104 military units, but he lost 100 of them, and he only killed 50 units worth of Inca, and he only got 2 buildings. He only got that concha house and that war hut, and then he never tore down any more infrastructure. And when we look at the villager population, oh, just absolutely disgusting for Inca. Look at how long he was not making villagers here. I mean, this is fine, right? Going up to age 2. This is fine going up to age 3. But then we have, he loses about 6 villagers, then proceeds to not make a one for a minute. Okay, he makes like 3 or 4, and then does not make a single villager for the next 2.5 minutes. Ends the game with 23 vills. Meanwhile, look at Mexico. He is soaring above Kichiro. He's got the docks here, right? He's got the fishing boats coming in, and he's continuing to make vills. He does lose a couple at some points, but he ends with 53. And then the military unit population, oh, that is so horrible. Yusuf gets all the way up to 60 pop at 8 minutes 30. And by, 10 minutes, he's down to 14. And those are soldados, 180 resources each. Meanwhile, Kichiro at 3 military unit population the entire time, because natives don't count towards population, right? If we look at all units, okay, it starts to balance up a little bit more. And if we look at military unit count, that's a lot more balanced, right? So he actually had, 20 units on the field versus 37. And then, I mean, look at these spikes when he sends these shipments, right? 23 up to 37. And he goes up again, and oh, God, this final fight is just tragic. 40 units. Ends with 4. Oh, man. Inca players, I don't know if this is standard, but if it's not, maybe look into it, because that felt really, really spicy. And if you're a Mexico main, how would you have responded to that? If you knew that was coming, what would you do? Because I don't think a revolt would work, right? You go Central America, and you're just going to get your falconets shot down by conquistadors. Maybe Baja California? I don't know, maybe if you make outlaws, that's the way to deal with it. But let me know in the comments below, guys. I hope you enjoyed this game. I will be back in a couple of days with a special video. But until then, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.